Okay guys, I want to show you, I didn't cook it yet, but I peeled all my potatoes, onion, and celery. And remember I told you how I use everything? I use everything. This is from the celery. I don't throw away anything. And then here's a couple of the cubes of the bouillon, chicken bouillon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put water and the chicken bouillon, and I'm going to peel and cut up my potatoes, and then put it into this pan and cook them until, I'll put the fork in and when the potatoes are done. And I cut them little enough to where that'll all be done around the same time. So when I'm done with that, I'll come back. Okay? So there's that, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I have it in the water now. Flame's going medium high. And I peeled my potatoes, and then after I peeled them, I cut them up and I put them in a bowl and I rinsed them. Rinse them a couple times because you'll get a lot of starch off of them, and then they go into whatever you're making clean. So, let me see. I'm holding this. I don't have it on my tripod this time, so I just want you to see. Okay, see? And then the chicken bouillon is going to cook down. So that's where we're at right now. Now when I go to make the actual cheese sauce that goes into this, I'm going to set up the tripod to where I can really show you step by step how we go about that. So I'll be back once this is done. Okay, remember when I did the beef stew, and I did the roux? I think it was the beef stew. I did the roux. Okay, this is the butter, okay? And I'm using salted butter. Some people use salted, some use unsalted. Okay, so here's the butter. It's all melted. I'm going to turn down my heat, and I'm going to go get the flour and start putting flour in this. All the vegetables, like I said, they're cooked, and I'll show you that in a minute. So here, okay, this is, I don't measure, so I can't give you an exact measurement, but I'd say like 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm making a roux, butter and flour. So you want to get that all together. This is a really good soup for cold weather. It's a real hearty soup. So, doing this, just want to get all this flour incorporated into the butter. Okay, that doesn't look like much, does it? You'll see. Then you want to get your milk. You want to do your milk before your cheese, because you want to get this like a cream sauce. And you're going to add this milk slowly. It'll use this whole thing of milk. It's a quart, because I'm making a big pot of it. So I think I'm going to get my whisk out. I always go to my trusty whisk. It makes it easier. It's just easier to incorporate everything. So I'm going to turn up the flame to about medium. And you'll see as I keep doing this, it's going to start to thicken. And you're going to have to keep adding milk because it'll really start to thicken up. I hope you can see. Yeah, you can see. I had to get this done because I promised I would, and I won't be home tomorrow, so, and then here's the weekend coming up. Okay, do you see how this is starting to thicken? Look at that. And you don't want it to get like globby, so you slowly start adding the milk. You'll see what I mean, why it takes so much. And then I'll add a little bit more butter. You have to keep stirring it. I don't know if you guys want to watch this part, but I think it's kind of important if you've never done this when you make a cream type soup, because you got to see the consistency and the stages that it goes through until you get, see, it's starting to thicken up again just like it did before. And that's where all this milk comes in. But you need it because that's your, well, for all intents and purposes, your broth, but it's not a broth, but your soup mix. You know what I mean? Am I making myself where you can understand what I mean? I don't know. And then when you put the vegetables in it, it thickens it up too because of the potato and the carrot, and you'll see that. I love putting cracked black pepper in it, but I like hot and spicy. Okay, that looks pretty soupy now, doesn't it? It's not holding together, not clumping. But if you give it a little bit of time as the heat starts to cook it, you'll see it'll start thickening again. It's a very fast soup. Hope you guys are having a good evening. I did my St. Patty's Day home tour this morning. I have to render that tonight and get that out. And then I'll probably get this soup out sometime tomorrow or the next day. So you watch me make it. So it's already been rendered, but while I'm making, I'm thinking, okay, I'll get this out in a couple days. It takes time, you know. You gotta, you know, go through the footage, and then a lot of times I'll take still shots of certain things, get those in, get the title. Okay, see how this is thickening again, you guys? It's not as thick as it was, but it is definitely not. Well, I'm just going to keep you on for a minute. I may shut it off in a couple minutes just to get done with this process. But I just want you to see how, okay, it's starting to really thicken up again. And it really didn't take all that much flour, probably 4 tablespoons in total. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more butter because you don't want just all that flour taste. And I'm not a real big salter when I'm cooking. I'll put a little bit, but I let people salt their own when they're done. I mean, when they're done. When they're going to eat it. Okay, I'm going to keep adding the milk and keep on going with this process, and then when I start to add the cheese, I'll come back. Okay, guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful roux. Look how velvety. Let me turn this down a little bit. I haven't added the cheese yet, but look, no clumps. It's velvety. It's just creamy. It's beautiful. All right, I'm going to go get the cheese and start putting that in. So I'm going to put a little bit at a time. And see, this is the reason I shredded it instead of putting it in with a block of cheese, because what would happen is the block would just start to kind of clump together. Okay. And you want to keep stirring this because you don't want it to, you know, stick or start to burn at the bottom, or scorch, I should say. That's why you gotta have to adjust your, oh, hold on. I gotta go let the dogs in. Hold on. Come on. Come on, Polly. Pollyanna. Oh. Hold on, one came in. I'm still waiting for the other one, but I had to come back over here and stir this. See, I think if you have a whisk, it's going to work a lot better. See how it's starting to change color, and see how the cheese, I'm going to turn this down. You can see the changing. Holly, are you out there yet? Oh, it's like having kids. It's nice. You know, you can also use this cheese sauce for baked potatoes. If you're having a party and you want to have a bunch of baked potatoes with a lot of different toppings, you know, put the toppings in different bowls and have a lot of baked potatoes and have a salad with it. That's cool. Sometimes for a get together or a party, you can have bacon crumpled up, this cheese sauce that I'm making, broccoli, mushrooms. I'll have to do that sometime and show you. That's a neat thing to do. Because depending on what you put on it, you've got your vegetables, you got your potato with a green salad. Very nice. That'd be nice for the summer. Let me see where she's at. Hold on. Pollyanna, come on, let's go. Now. Okay, I got her in. Sorry, guys. Okay, look at this. Woo. I don't know. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so I'm almost done with this, and then once I get, oh, well no, I'll just wait. I'll show you once I get it over here. I'm not going to move the tripod. So I'll be back in just a minute, and then I'll show you when I put it in with the vegetables. Okay guys, here's the vegetables, and you see they're not all smushed up. They're still like big chunks, and that's good. By the way, when you use that chicken stock, when you drain it, don't put the chicken stock. As you can see, it's just, can you see this? I can't tell. Okay. Do you see what I mean? It's not soupy. I didn't put the broth in. Take the broth out, but it makes a nice broth. You can even drink it for lunch. It's a vegetable broth. Okay, I gotta make sure. I'm gonna stop this for a minute and move the tripod a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I think now you can see it better, I hope. Anyway, okay, so I have this on a low heat, and it's a little bit salty because of the chicken bouillon I put in it, because bouillon's very concentrated. It helps to give it some salt. That's why I don't like salting it so much, because it has that in it. Okay, so now here is what we just made, the cheese sauce, and that's going to go in. Okay, so you want to scrape every bit of that goodness into here, because this is your soup. Okay. There's that. We won't need the whisk anymore. And now you'll see what I mean about how the potato and everything else thickens it up. Okay, do you see that? That's nice. Okay, now as that cooks and thickens up, I'll add some more milk and the rest of the cheese, and then we'll be done. This is nice to serve with a hot, crusty Italian bread. and a green salad. And usually when I make something that's more of a like a richer soup or something of that nature, I don't usually go with a heavy dressing. Like for this kind of a soup, I would use an Italian or a vinaigrette. That's just me. I mean, you can do whatever you want. And if you wanted these to be not so chunky, you can just put it in a food processor and just make it almost like mashed potato with carrot and onion and celery in it, you know. But I just like to have some kind of a bite. Okay, so add some more milk. You see what I mean about that quart? Look. So you have your quart of milk. You have 1 stick of butter. This is definitely not for the dieter. Flour, bouillon, chicken bouillon, and your carrot, celery, onion, and potato. Okay, I'm gonna get the, I hope that stays there. I'm gonna get the rest of the cheese. Okay, stir that around. And again, it depends on the consistency that you want for the soup. If you want more of a soupy cream soup, if that makes sense, and not such a thick, don't add so much milk. But plus, if this has to go around, see, I'm so used to cook. I have 5 kids. I mean, they're all grown now. But, I mean, I was always so used to making big pots of stuff. It's almost hard for me to make a little amount now because they're all married and, you know, out of the house. But nevertheless, you know, when you're used to cooking like that for, you know, all the years that I did, that's kind of just what you're accustomed to doing. But this will last for dinner, leftovers, lunch. So that's it, guys. That is your soup, and when I'm done and I put it in a bowl, I'll be back to show you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put some in a bowl. It smells really good. There you go. I'll bring you over into another spot. Right back. Here we go. What do you think? Just a little, take a little taste test. Very nice. Very good. I like the sharp cheese with it. Then for a garnish, I just put a little bit of the shredded sharp. So give it a try, let me know what you think. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be talking to you soon. You take care.